The last two presidents on my list were Raúl Castro of Cuba and Rafael Correa of Ecuador.
Correa displayed his disdain for President Bush, saying U.S. policies in Latin America are directly responsible for the rise of leftist movements across the region.
When Washington objected to Correa's demand that they remove their military base from his country, the new president demanded equality, an Ecuadorian military base in Miami.
Bueno, creo que el presidente Chávez empezó una nueva era en América Latina. Para nosotros en este momento es extremadamente duro tratar de hacer los cambios que queremos hacer y que necesita el país. Ahora que hay muchos gobiernos amigos en la región, como el del presidente Chávez, el presidente Morales, de los Kirchner en Argentina, Lula da Silva en Brasil. Me imagino lo duro que haber sido para él hace 10 años, cuando estaba absolutamente solo en una Latinoamérica llena de gobiernos neoliberales. La principal y tal vez única influencia de Chávez es que nos dio ejemplo en muchas cosas.
Where are you with the United States?
Bueno, nosotros queremos mucho a los Estados Unidos. Yo viví y estudié allá. Queremos mucho al pueblo de los Estados Unidos. Pero obviamente su política exterior es muy cuestionable. Y por eso cuando nos querían presionar para mantener una base extranjera en el suelo patrio, base extranjera que ni siquiera paga un arriendo, no paga absolutamente nada, y nos acusaban de extremistas porque no queríamos la base. Si no hay problema con tener bases extranjeras en un país, pusimos una condición muy sencilla: mantendríamos la base norteamericana en Manta, siempre y cuando los norteamericanos nos permitieran poner una base ecuatoriana en Miami. Si no hay problema con bases extranjeras, nos dejarían poner la base. Bueno, lo que ellos hacen es un poco de asesoría, etcétera, pero estamos limitando grandemente toda esa influencia que tenían, donde financiaban unidades completas de nuestras fuerzas públicas. Todo eso estamos cambiando. Vamos a seguir luchando contra la droga, pero independientemente.
Rafael Correa is now being cast as one of the potentially bad left with Chavez and with Morales. So does he see that, or does he still think he's a favorite of the American media?
Con todo respeto, conociendo a la prensa norteamericana, estaría más preocupado cuando hable bien de mí.
Good evening. The bad news on assassination plots was reported today at the Senate Intelligence Committee. The committee issued a report which says that officials of the United States government initiated plots to kill 2 foreign leaders, were involved in plots to kill 2 others, were implicated in another, and that the CIA was aware of 2 more murder schemes.
Fidel Castro is alive and well, despite at least 8 CIA plots to kill him, and 1 plan to undermine his image by making his beard fall out.
Some of those who were the targets of assassination plots were widely known people. Che Guevara and Raúl Castro, who is the brother of Fidel Castro of Cuba.
In January, the revolution, 50 years. 2003, around there, with Mr. Chavez's emergence and his victory after the coup, you are the grandfather, the godfather. And what do you think
Nosotros fuimos acaso los primeros, pero no padrinos. Todos son mayores de edad, todos caminan con sus propios pies, con sus propias ideas y aportando nuevas ideas. Por ejemplo, el socialismo del siglo XXI.
How do you feel about these inheritors? Some optimism?
No son herederos de las obras nuestras. Todos somos en definitiva herederos de algo. Los cubanos somos herederos de los libertadores de América, empezando por Bolívar, Sucre, de Toussaint Louverture, el haitiano, la primera y única revolución triunfante dirigida por esclavos en la historia de la humanidad. Somos herederos de la lucha más reciente de otros compañeros que han caído, como el Che Guevara, etcétera. Algunos eran muy jóvenes, como el presidente Correa, el presidente Chávez, pero cada uno va aprendiendo de su propio acervo y del acervo del continente y de la humanidad. Esa es la realidad. Ni padrinos nosotros, ni herederos ellos. Y la revolución cubana en el medio siglo ha llegado completica a la costa. Y los cubanos, a pesar de ser de carácter explosivo, hemos aprendido a tener paciencia. Una cosa increíble. Y de la Liga la liga explosiva esa, como calificó Fidel a los europeos, nuestro tronco español, la liga esa y nuestro tronco africano. Estamos listos a otros 50 años.
And 6 years ago, in January 2003, we were here to do Fidel. We talked for about 3 days. And he was the lone wolf. He was the holdout. And the island had no advertising, no corporations. It was this throwback to another era. He actually was the mouse who roared, who fought off 50 miles away the United States for 50 years, 60 years.
Like the old man in the sea.
Like the old man in the sea. It's a sad story. Hemingway wrote, the old fisherman goes out, he catches this gigantic fish, which is the revolution in 1960. And of course, by the time he brings it into shore, it's been eaten by the sharks. Still, the man tried. He was noble in his effort, and Hemingway gave you that strength of character, that beauty of loss, tragedy of effort sometimes. What I liked about Castro was that he said to us, there is a pendulum to history. These things change. And he saw in some weird way that this whole thing in 2000 was going to shift. And I hope to God we see the end of this predatory capitalism. I think there's such a thing as a benign capitalism, but there's a predatory one that really destroys people. And we've seen it all our lives. Chavez is facing the same odds as Castro. I think he has more allies. First of all, what impressed me about Chavez is his strength. He's a bull. He's got the same strength that Castro had when we met him in 2003. But remember how strong Castro was. He kept it up. Chavez keeps it up.
What do you think in the U.S. they made Chavez so much?
That's clear. He's a threat as much of a threat to the system as Castro was. He's a great example. If he succeeds, it'll be the first time in Latin American history, except for Castro, where he's led an entire region, practically the entire continent, away from the IMF and the United States economic controls.
Soon after I returned to North America, another president appeared on the scene.
If there is anyone out there who still wonders if the dream of our founders is alive in our time, who still questions the power of our democracy, tonight is your answer.
Ojalá Obama sea un nuevo Roosevelt y Obama plantee un nuevo New Deal, no solo a Estados Unidos, a todo el continente y al mundo.
Since virtually every major international organization, from the IMF to the UN Security Council, is controlled to a large degree by the United States, the new Bolivarians decided to strengthen regional ties so they could talk to the United States with a single voice. This actually happened at a recent meeting of hemisphere leaders in Trinidad, where the bulk of the South Americans refused to sign any document in the absence of Cuba. This was not reported with the proper perspective in the U.S. press. Were this model to be multiplied in other continents, U.S. hegemony could be severely eroded.
Talking with Chavez, good move, bad move, certainly historic, correct?
My president went to Trinidad, and all I got was this lousy Che Guevara t-shirt.
Barack Obama attended the Summit of the Americas in Trinidad and found the entire continent, barring Colombia and Mexico, ready to take him on.
Who's that man laughing with President Obama, and why is everybody talking about these pictures?
By embracing the dictators, the bad guys, the corrupt politicians, the Kirchner gang family in Argentina, Danny Ortega from Nicaragua, the Western Hemisphere's senior child molester. What he's doing is he is giving credibility to America's enemies.
Both our friends and our foes will be quick to take advantage of a situation if they think they're dealing with a weak president.
But Obama did not behave like Bush. He met Chavez, who gave him a peace offering.
It's unlikely that as a consequence of me shaking hands or having a polite conversation with Mr. Chavez that we are endangering the strategic interests of the United States.
In private, so I am told, The new man in Washington assured Chavez that under his administration there would be no further destabilization attempts or any interference in the internal affairs of Venezuela. If true, this is a small step forward.
Eu disse que o Obama tem 3 coisas que ele tem que dar um sinal ao mundo. O primeiro é o bloqueio a Cuba. Não tem mais nenhuma razão de ser. Segundo, é trabalhar intensamente para a paz no Oriente Médio. Depois poderia convidar o Chávez para ir aos Estados Unidos?
Esos 50 años no han sido en vano, por eso hay un Chávez, hay en Bolivia, hay en Nicaragua, hay Ecuador, Paraguay, me animo a decir, y algunos llamados centroizquierdas como Lula, es decir, una gran rebelión de los pueblos contra el imperio en Latinoamérica.
Un mundo multilateral donde una potencia no puede decidir por todos. Porque le hace mal a la propia potencia. Cuando usted se cree dueño del poder absoluto, es lo mismo que en la política. Es lo que yo siempre le digo a Hugo también, esto lo hablo con total objetividad. Yo tengo una gran relación con Chávez, es mi amigo. Pero le digo, construir colectivamente. En vez de ser vos el único, vos tenés que tener 10 candidatos a presidente en tu espacio y en tu candidato. No podés ser el único. Vos te enfermás, te morís y se terminó el proceso. Es decir, creer en que una sola persona puede ser la garantía es lo mismo que creer que una sola potencia del mundo puede arreglar los problemas del mundo. Es decir, hay que...
The triumphalism and euphoria that existed after the collapse of the Soviet Union has virtually gone. Everyone knows that it's a more difficult world that they have to confront. The size of the Hispanic population in the United States is now larger than it's ever been. The new migrants act as a bridge with South America. The interesting question, which in my more utopian moods I sometimes ponder, is whether the changes in South America might travel across this bridge via the Hispanic populations in the United States and produce something which none of us can foresee.
In Venezuela, Bolivia, Ecuador, and Paraguay, 95% of the media networks were savagely hostile to the Bolivarians. And yet they won. There is a lesson here to be learned.
I heard he's a big admirer of the 1770s, the Indian Revolution against Spain of Tupac Katari.
El nombre Julián Apaza, de apodo Tupac Katari, y salvajemente por los españoles ha sido descuartizado. Y en el momento de ser descuartizado él dijo, yo muero, un día volveré millones. Ahora somos millones.
Quizá esa es una de las razones de la actividad que uno lleva, el optimismo, la fe, la esperanza y las evidencias concretas de que sí es posible cambiar el mundo, cambiar la historia. Es posible, Oliver.
Dejando este ensueño a sus respectivos, repaso lo que queda para mí. Las vías de desarrollo no cruzan por aquí. La única lucha es por sobrevivir. Te educan a que vivas resistiendo y a cada día te quitan algo más.